Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. So for today's video, I have some new eye makeup that we're going to be trying out for the first time. So this is going to be a first impressions. Everything is still in its box. So we're going to use a new eyeshadow palette. This is the Orgasm X from Nars. We're going to use a new mascara from Marc Jacobs. I'm really looking forward to that. And then when I placed my order, I did end up picking up a sample size of this new concealer. This is from Tarte and it is the C Hydroconcealer. So because I have been curious about this concealer, it says Hydroconcealer. I love concealers that have some hydration, that has some luminosity to them. So I'm hoping that's what this is. So I figured let's just go ahead and give it a try and see if it works out. Now before we go any further into today's video, if you guys are new to my channel, hello, I am Suzana and I just love talking about makeup. So if makeup is your thing, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I don't have a set schedule, so if you're subscribed, it hopefully guarantees that you guys don't miss out at any of my videos. Alright, so I already have on my foundation. I haven't put on a little bit of bronzer because my face was looking scary. So let's just go ahead and get into this concealer here. And I think I'm gonna need some scissors. So let's see. Alright, finally got it out. The shade I ended up picking up is 32N, which is described as medium neutral. So let's see how this works. Oh, it's so cute and little. This is perfect. Like I said, I really wanted to try this out, so I'm happy that they were offering these samples, because I've got to say the reviews on this are not that great. But you know, sometimes I like things that other people may not enjoy so much, or vice versa. I don't like things that most people do enjoy. You know, that's just kind of the beauty of makeup as well. We're all different, we're all unique, we all like different things. So let's see how it goes with this. Just gonna work it in with my makeup sponge. So the coverage offered isn't very much. It says it's supposed to be a medium coverage with a neutral, or I'm sorry, a natural finish. And I mean, it's definitely a natural finish because it looks like it's very thin, so it really kind of gets pushed into your skin. And maybe because I am using a makeup sponge, it's not really giving me a lot of pigments. I feel like a lot of the times makeup sponges tend to absorb the makeup, which is why I like it for like foundations that are full coverage, because my skin doesn't end up looking all cakey. But since the formula of this seems, it's like very thin, but it's also very creamy. Like the feel, I guess it feels more jelly, but it's kind of a thin formula. So let's see if maybe with a brush, let's use this dirty one I have here. Okay. I mean, I guess this is like a medium coverage. I do have really dark circles, because I would say this is more like a light, but building it up, it's looking more like a medium coverage. But honestly, I don't know, there's something about it, like, I don't mind it. It doesn't look bad. I feel like, you know, for like an everyday use, like when I'm just at home, sometimes I just want to look a little bit more put together. So I'll put on a little bit of makeup to just not look bummy all day, just, you know, feel a little bit better about myself. So I do like makeup with like a little bit of coverage, but I don't know. There's nothing about this that is wowing me. So far, I'm not like super convinced on this concealer. It's not like horrible or anything, but it's just not really one that's for me. But I'm gonna go ahead now and just set this. So I'm gonna use this Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. I bought this during the Sephora VIB sale and I have not even shared it with you guys. So I'm sure at this point you've seen it all over the place. A lot of people have been talking about it. I wanted the medium shade, but that was sold out when I finally decided I did want to give it a try. So I ended up picking up the light shade. And because you don't get much product, that kind of went everywhere. And because you don't get a lot of product in this, I feel like this is strictly for like the under eye area. And oh my god, this like little mirror is almost pointless, honestly. But Since it's only, I feel like it's only really for like this area of your face. You can of course, you know, take it all over your T-zone, but it's one that you really don't need a lot of. It's actually really pretty. The first few times I used it, I wasn't really wowed by it, but I don't know what was wrong with me back then, because this is really pretty and it does a great job at smoothing out like my pore area here. So I've really been liking it. Then whatever's left, I'll just kind of go around here. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up my face makeup before we go on to the eyes. So for my highlighter and my blush, I decided to bring out this palette in the shade Divine. So you get 2 blushes and a highlighter in here. I was so close to picking up the Orgasm cheek palette as well, but I had to talk myself out of it because I hardly ever use this one, and it is a beautiful palette. The highlighter in here is great. I love the blushes in here. So I want to get more use out of this. I don't want to just keep adding more stuff to my collection just to add more stuff. I have the Orgasm blush. So this is what I will be using on my face today for my highlighter and my cheeks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then we'll come back to do the eye makeup. Okay, so time for the eyeshadow. This is the newest palette from Nars. I'm telling you guys, I just got this, so I haven't even opened this up. For some reason, same thing with the other palette. The box comes with like this little rubber band. I'm not sure why exactly. So this is the Orgasm X palette. I know I talked about this in my last video. I am so over Nars naming their products Orgasm this and Orgasm that. It needs to stop. I just feel like they can be releasing the same items, just not include the word orgasm, because I really think that that's actually deterring a lot of people from purchasing these products, because honestly we're just fed up. But I took a gamble with the Orgasm palette, the like little Orgasm quad, this one here. I did a dedicated review on this and I fell in love with this palette. I did not think I was going to like it as much as I ended up liking it, and I've used it a few times since I filmed that video, and every time I'm just surprised at how beautiful this performs. So because of that, I decided to go ahead and pick up this Orgasm X. And this was finally released at Sephora. It has been out through the Nars website for quite some time. And this one has more deeper tones to it. Actually, let me hold them side by side. I can see these working quite well together, but I'm sure just alone they're going to be really great. Like I said, this one just blew my mind. So I'm expecting the same from this guy here as well. So before we get into this palette, here is a close-up. I have not swatched this or anything, so let's go ahead and do that now. So here are the swatches. This matte shade I actually went back and forth a few times, not to pick up more product, just to swatch it there because it was looking really patchy at first. But we all know swatches only tell part of the story. So these right here, I think these are described as shimmer shades. These top two and this last one. These top ones will look more to be metallics to me. And this one right here is a matte. And just like the other eyeshadow quad, this one is also limited edition. So I'm going to use my Sonia G Builder Pro brush, and we're going to go into this shade right here first. And I'm going to apply this in the inner portion of the lid here. Okay, that gave me some really nice pigment pretty much immediately. Love that. This shade here is thicker than the other shades, meaning like the shimmery particles seem to be a little bit bigger on this shadow. I am like in love with this one shadow right now. This color is gorgeous. And just the way it just applied so easily. Wow. That's incredible. That's really pretty. All right, so I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna flip it over to use the other side, the other side. And I'm gonna pick up some of this like purpley plum shade. Apply this here in the outer portion. Maybe, you know what, let me use a different brush. Here I have my MAC 213. I am like in awe with how pigmented these are. So the other eyeshadow palette, just the Orgasm, that quad performed really nicely, but the shades in there were very subtle. And then this one, these shades are, I mean, I just love that they did this. Like, these shades are so pigmented. They're so much more bolder than the other palette that is just incredible, because this will work for deeper skin tones. And so I love that. I think the other one, you can get away with it too if you have a deeper skin tone. You'll just have to use the shades a little bit differently. But this here, you will get pigment. Okay, using a small brush, I'm going to pick up this lighter shade here. I'm just going to apply this here in the center of the lid. To brighten it, and just to also have a nicer transition between the first two shades we used. Wow, that did something there. Wow. Can you tell, like, I'm so excited with this? I knew I was going to like it, and I am super happy with it. I'm not even done with my look yet, but I'm already happy with it. So now I'm just grabbing a really fluffy, this is kind of like a flimsy brush that I have here. This is from Sephora. It is the Pro Crease number 10. I got this years ago and it was like on sale, so I don't even know if this is available anymore. But I really like it when I don't want to use a heavy hand, when I want like a subtle wash of color. So I'm going to use this. I picked up the matte shade, which is this one right here. And I'm going to use it to blend my crease here. Blend the shades that we've already put down. So now, using a smaller brush, I'm going to pretty much work my way in and out. So for the inner corner, I'm going to pick up this lighter shade here. And then apply this in the inner corner to start kind of highlighting. But I'm going to stay within like the same range of shadows. So I'm just going to use what's in this palette. And now I'm going to use the first shade that we had picked up. I'm going to start running this in the inner portion of my bottom lash line. So pretty much how we did the top. And then now the plummy shimmery shade. And this on the outer portion of the bottom lash line. Okay, and that is the eyeshadow look using this Orgasm X palette. I think it looks beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I went ahead and applied some eyeliner and I did my lips. Everything I have on today will be listed down below. But now it is time to finish off this look with some mascara. So this is the Marc Jacobs At Lash'd mascara. And this is here Instant Lift, Major Volume, Full Extension. So this is supposed to give us like that eyelash extension look to our lashes, and I more than anyone welcome that. I was a huge fan of my eyelash extensions when I had them back in the day, but I used too much eye makeup to keep up with that, so I decided to just start using an eyelash serum, which is what I have been doing. Okay, I just took this out and I'm like ready to put it on. I swear, I'm just talking sometimes and I'm like doing things and then I realize it. Okay, let me appreciate this packaging, because I just took it out right now for the first time and I'm like about to put it on. And I'm like, wait a minute. This packaging is gorgeous. So I'm pretty sure this only comes in one shade, which is black. The packaging of this, you guys, is so beautiful. So I had known it was going to be like that gold and black. They also came out with an eyeshadow palette with the same type of design. But what I did not know is that the black has like an indent. Oh, that is so nice. I love texture on packaging like this. I don't know why. I've just always liked that. And this is so pretty. It's a little bit light. Like, it's not like a heavy mascara. Like, it doesn't feel luxe in that sense. Like, in the sense of like the weight. But the design feels luxe, and I mean the colors are just so beautiful. So when you take out the wand, this feels extremely light on the hand, and the brush is almost like the straight design but with some waves to it. So this is supposed to lengthen, volumize, and hold a curl. So I have pretty high expectations for this. Now, I did curl my eyelashes before I started filming today. I typically do that. I don't like to curl and immediately start applying mascara because I feel like that bent when you curl the eyelash kind of gets in the way when I'm coating my lashes. So this way kind of calms down the curl a little bit. So let's see how this does. Okay, so that is one coat on my top lashes. I think that did a really good job. My eyelashes are nice and coated. They are lifted. You know, I don't really feel like it did anything as far as the length, but it did add a little bit of volume. And I think they look really good. Comparing the two, they look really good. I do gotta say though, it felt a little bit weird with this wand to apply the mascara. Like, I wonder, is it because it feels really, really light, but something about applying this, it just felt a little off for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can do a second coat. I honestly, at this point, I don't feel like I even need a second coat, but you know, curiosity. They look pretty good. They look really good. I feel like maybe if I keep going, it's going to start getting clumpy, but I'm happy with this. All right, so let me just go ahead and do my left eye real quick. So I do feel like on my left eye, with this first coat, I got a little bit of mascara on my lid there. Well, we'll ignore that for now. I'll clean it later. But my eyelashes on this side are sticking together way too much. Like, they're kind of getting clumpy here. Like, I can't even brush through them right. It's weird. You know, I think that's just my lashes there, because here in the inner portion, it's looking really good. This eye looks really good, but this right here looks like a hot mess. Oh, wow. I don't know what's going on there. So I really only ended up doing one coat on my left eye. This outer portion of my lashes is just, I don't know if it's the mascara, if it's my lashes, but it's just not looking good. So I felt like I should just leave it alone. I also ended up applying some of this on my bottom lash line. I just did a quick coat and I feel like it did a pretty good job. All right, so just a quick little rundown on the products that I used for the first time today. As far as this concealer, I've got to say I'm really happy that I just picked up this little sample size. I was honestly really looking into purchasing the full size, or actually no, because they came out with a travel size one. I think that one's either $10 or $12. So that's the one I was looking into getting, just because I have so many other concealers. So I don't necessarily need a full size one, but I'm happy I didn't waste my money on this, because although I do like medium coverage concealers, I feel like they're perfect for an everyday use or just for like minimal makeup. I still wanted to do a little bit something for me, and honestly, my under eyes look pretty bad right now. I'm not sure how it's looking on camera, but they look really gray. Like, they do not look that good. I honestly feel like if I had to use a different concealer, my eye look would even look extra popping right now. But with this concealer, it's just not happening. It's just not a concealer for me. Before I set it, it started creasing a little bit, but that happens with most of my concealers anyway, so I can't really knock a concealer for my age. It's not fair. So in that aspect, I'm not upset about it. It's just really the coverage of it. It's nothing, it's just nothing that has me happy or excited, or it just, I don't recommend it. As far as the eyeshadow palette, these eyeshadows are beautiful. I love this eye look. I don't really feel like I can create like all these looks with this palette. It's kind of hard to do that with a quad. You can only get a few looks out of them. So, but this one, I feel like it's always going to have the same direction. But again, that's kind of what you expect from a quad. You know you're not going to have a lot of variety. But overall, I think they performed really well. They're nicely pigmented. I have to give this matte shade a little bit more of a go. Actually, let's just go ahead and add, I guess it's fine. Let's deepen this up a little bit more with the matte shade, because this is the one that, swatching it, it was a little bit patchy. And then when I used it earlier, I used such a light hand and so little of it that I wasn't able to see how it actually applies. But you see, just putting it up here, like that blended out so beautiful. And this is a really pretty shade. Yeah, that blended out with no problem. So I just wanted to make sure you guys see that, especially for small palettes like this. I try to use all of the eyeshadows to really showcase the product, to really get a pretty good idea as to how they might work. Now, granted, this is a first impression, so things can change, but as of right now, I love this. I think this is great. This is for sure like the highlight of today's products. Now the mascara, I'm going to have to keep trying it out. As far as first impressions go, I will say that it's a really nice mascara. I love the packaging of it, and I really like what it did for my lashes. I have to see what's going on with this left eye here. Maybe it is just my lashes on this side that seem to be a little bit more uneven in this outer corner here. But overall, I like how my lashes look. It's nothing that's like, wow, this is like the best mascara that's been out. It's an innovative formula that's really doing a lot for your lashes. I mean, so far for me, this is good. It's nice. I like it. I see myself reaching for this. But I do have other mascaras that I have been enjoying a lot, and they're going to be ahead of this one. Now keep in mind, mascaras, or at least I tend to enjoy them a lot more once they start to dry up a little bit. So I think because of that, my initial impressions of this one are pretty good. So I have expectations that it might get even better. Alright guys, we have reached the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. And while you're there, if you have not yet, do not forget to subscribe so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time.